And hello again and welcome back. We're going to play a little bit more of Coffee Talk. I'm going to assume we're about halfway through the game now because we're getting a little bit more progress with all the characters and we're getting in the middle of all their little story arcs. So we'll just press continue and continue on with the 7th day, I think it was? Yeah. Let's see what she said the last time. Oh well, are you sure that would be okay? And that's all we're going to get to start because I cannot remember at all what she said the last time. Yes! I mean, it would be really hard to pull off, but it's something that'll make the story different. Different isn't always good. It's a neat concept, but you need to handle it carefully. And gracefully. I know. Oh, it's the big wolf guy. Hey, Gala. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Gala. Am I interrupting? It looked like you were having an intense discussion. It's nothing. Sean was just giving me feedback. Oh, right, that's right. We read the preview version of her new book. Sounds like a heavy discussion. What are you up to tonight? I'm just planning to sit and relax. Please don't let my presence interrupt you. Oh, don't worry about it. Although, I need to interrupt Sean for a moment, oh dear. Sure, how can I help you? Can I have a cup of... You remember my remedy? Of course, really? Do you want me to give it a try again? Oh, fuck me. My last order didn't quite hit the spot. Remember, it's tea and ginger. The last thing is definitely a different ingredient from either of those. Okay. Remember, it has to be tea and ginger. Ugh. So, tea, ginger... What else do we have that we didn't get last time? We tried... Oh, I can't remember what I tried last time. Was it honey that I tried? I'll try mint because that has a relaxing thing. And I don't think I had that last time. I'm going to assume it's going to be like mint. Ginger mint tea. Ooh, that looks lovely actually. Serve that shit. Is this it? How is it? Nope. Oh, come on, man. This drink does... What? I had tea and ginger. What the hell do you want? Far from it. Oh my, pardon me for the mistake. Well, never mind then. Christ. Anyway, please don't mind me and continue with your discussion. Don't worry, Mr. Gala, we're done for the night. You're done. I have a lot of new homework thanks to you. You're welcome. Is Hyde coming? No, I'm by myself tonight. It's going to be a peaceful night then. That's mean, Freya. Oh, come on, I was just joking. He needs to learn how to communicate his thoughts nicely, though. He might not look like it, but he's a very kind person, you know. He doesn't show it, that's for sure. That applies to you as well. Oh, come on. Oh, it's the, elf guy, yeah. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Mr. Baileys. Hey, how are you doing, Freya? Not good. What's going on? Sean was just criticising my story. It's called feedback. It's cruel. It's necessary. Sounds interesting. What's the problem with the story? The story is non-linear and quite complicated. Imagine a choose-your-own-adventure storybook, but for adults. Sounds pretty common so far. But instead of telling you which page to turn to, each decision you make will give you a score. What? That score will determine which page you should go to. That sounds more like a video game than a book, specifically a visual novel. I know, it's not that original, but my target here is the mainstream audience. Huh? With the help of my publisher, this kind of book may go mainstream. Just like that Choose Your Own Adventure show on Netstream. It was nothing new, but because of the marketing and the names involved, it reached the mainstream market. That sounds interesting, and highly ambitious, Freya. At least it's simpler than my other idea, which is making the novel not in the form of book, but in the form of story cards. What? I know, right? As if she has all the time in the world, and that's before even considering the sensitive issue of setting the story in a world where only humans exist. What did you say? No, there's a reason why it has to be that way. Just wait until I finished it, okay? Alright, alright. As Sean said though, I won't have the time. Getting a normal pitch approved is already a steep climb. Let's not make the mountain even higher. Fair enough. What's the story all about, by the way? You'll have to wait for it. Don't want to spoil the fun. If you say so. Anyway, I haven't ordered anything. What do you want to drink tonight? Ginger latte if you know how to make it. Well, let's check the iPad and see what we have. Ginger latte, does it tell me what it is? No, of course it does not. And we fall into the same pitfall as we had the last time. Well, a cafe latte is coffee, milk and milk, so a ginger latte will probably be coffee, milk and ginger. Milk ginger coffee. Is that the thing that you want? Ah, God, I don't know. But it does give me a chance to fuck around with more latte art, so I'm okay with it. What do I draw for Mr. Elf? Probably a tree, because elves love trees. There you go, Mr. Elf. That's a nice little tree, isn't it? Just put some more branches up there. A little fucked up, but okay then, that's a tree, Mr. Elf. Serve that shit. Here you go. Thanks. It's good. But, you need more what? How? I can only do 3 ingredients. Not that it's bad or anything, but I guess it's just my personal taste. Noted. Oh god, they're all so snarky. By the way, how are you doing, Baileys? Still busy with your last client? Oh, I'm done with her. Done? I love how concerned she's looking. Did you kill her? As in you're dropping the project? Hey, I'm not crazy. I still need the money. Done as in I finished the job. I spent the past few days making sure it's even done before the deadline. Did she like it? Oh, she loved it. She had some complaints, of course, but I convinced her by using some design terms she doesn't understand. So you finish your job by bullshitting her. The finest bullshit, my lady. Never trust an elf. That's one survival skill every freelancer must have. Are you working on anything right now? No. I'm taking a break from work. I need to work on a few personal matters. Oh. Like you and Lua? Something like that. By the way, I'm curious. How did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking. I don't mind. It's just that I was young and stupid, you know. Oh, come on. Who hasn't been there? You're right. So, I was a bit of a player back in college. Oh, spicy. And I was going after my then best friend's girlfriend's friend. Okay. Wait, what? Okay, I'll say it slowly. I used to have a best friend. He was an incubus. Oh. Let's call him Cognac. Cognac. Cognac has a girlfriend. Still following? And that girl has a friend. The friend is the one I'm after. Oh, okay. Got it. She was one of the hottest girls there. But everyone knew she wasn't the type of girl you want to date. Why? I don't want to get into details. They kind of drained you completely. But the succubus was super hot. And all the guys wanted to sleep with her, well, obviously. She was a player too. Huh? That doesn't sound like Lua at all. Because it wasn't Lua, genius. Huh? Lua was my friend's girl. Holy moly. This is getting spicier. The other little girl's name was... let's just call her Rose. Continue. I knew Lua thanks to her relationship with Cognac. That's a fake name you made up, right? Yes. Now let me continue without interruptions. Okay. So I asked Lua a lot of things about Rose. She knew what I was after, but it annoyed her so much. But I kept on bothering her. I mean, I was a pretty active guy back then. So Lua came over to visit us at one point. I lived with Cognac back in college. I'd been out and I got back just as Lua arrived. A total coincidence. We went into our place together and witnessed something surprising. What? Cognac was sleeping with Rose. Dun dun dun. Holy mother of moly. I saw the look on Lua's face, the disbelief, anger, the sadness, and without even thinking about it, I punched Cognac in the face. You what? I got into a fight with him. Oh, I haven't told you. Cognac was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu tutor for kids. He's pretty good. Oh my. Yeah, I landed that one punch, and he beat me to a pulp. Easily. Lua begged me to stop fighting on her behalf. More like she begged Cognac. Hey, I wasn't kidding. I lost, but I don't give up so easily. I was beaten pretty bad. So Lua took care of my injuries. We grew closer after that. And I don't even remember the exact date. But suddenly that friendship turned into a relationship. That was one hell of a story. I know. Have you seen her by any chance? Yeah. Lua came by a few days ago. How is she doing? She hasn't returned any of my calls or texts. Well, she's healthy, that's for sure. She got into an argument though. With whom? There was this male model. A model? I didn't think she was the type of girl to go out with a model. Oh, they weren't together. What were they arguing about? Well, we were talking about your relationship. Lua told us about the reason behind the fight, about your family stuff, and then this guy hid during the discussion. What did he say? He didn't understand why Lua would insist on getting family approval, considering, you know... What? You're willing to leave your own family? You would do that for her? Yes, I would. I'm sick and tired of my family. Why would you say that? Let me tell you about my family. Or, I should say, most elven families. They all think they're so high and mighty. If you're born an elf, there are certain unwritten rules you must follow. Reputation and appearance are everything. We must never, ever make our family look bad. You can only befriend certain people. You must dress a certain way. You can only have certain jobs. Jobs that are deemed worthy and successful. Like being a doctor, a lawyer, a CEO. You know, ever since I was a kid I always wanted to be an artist. I love drawing and creating art. However, becoming an artist is not something elves would deem suitable. Unless you become the next Da Vinci. So when I switched from a business major to an art major, my parents went crazy, screamed like they were on fire. They told me that I'd never be rich or successful. All that because you chose an art degree. You want to know the worst part? They blamed Lua. What do you mean? They blamed her for my decision to pursue my passion for art. Yelled about how her kind is ruining the country. Whoops. Accusing their religion of worshipping the Dark Lord. Accusing her of putting a spell on me and cursing the family. Whoa. I mean, come on, this is the 21st century. Who curses people anymore? That's so not cool. I don't even want to sound judgmental, but your family is racist. Racist elves. Tell me about it. Lua's the only person that can make me feel alive. She showed me how I could be free and pursue my dreams. I don't understand why Lua is so obsessed with the idea of reconciliation with my family. I just don't get it. I have no problem leaving my family, you know. I would happily leave them for the both of us. What about her? What about her and her family? You may be happy to leave your family. However, it may not be the same for her. Do you have something to say? Perhaps you could give us a different perspective. Sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop. I couldn't help overhearing your story. I assume that the person you're talking about is not an elf, correct? Yes, she's a succubus. I see. I'm a werewolf. For werewolves, the wolf pack is the most important thing. We'll put a family before any other. We often have our own problems within the pack, but we won't abandon our family for anything. Perhaps that's also true for her and her family. Besides, if you leave your family for her, wouldn't that make your parents believe that all those bad stereotypes about succubi are true? I never thought of it that way before. Whether you like it or not, your actions will have an impact on her as well. And if you leave your family for her, that will put her in a difficult spot. She might feel responsible for your actions. There's nothing to feel bad about. I'm leaving my messy family to create a better one with her. It's easy for you to say that now, but you don't know what the future holds. One day, circumstances might change. One day, one of you might regret your decisions. One day, you might use the I left my family for you card. We love each other. I'll be with her whatever the circumstances may be. You know, love is like a flame. It might burn fiercely at first, but over time it will die down if you don't maintain it. Maintaining it won't be easy. It will be hard work. Because life is full of storms. And marriage, but it will not survive on love alone. Whoa, that's deep. We'll have each other and that's enough for us. Tell me, do you have health insurance? What? I'm an elf, why would I need health insurance? You'll need some. What for? Immortality is an elven privilege, but you'll lose it if your family disowns you. I've seen people go bankrupt because they fell ill or got seriously injured. Empty their entire life savings for an $8 pill because in this country they charge $20,000 for it. And if you decide to have children, they won't have the same privileges you do. There's a high probability they'll get bullied for being a half-breed. There are consequences. It shouldn't be taken lightly. Think about it. Anyway, I've got to go. I apologise for my intrusion. No, thank you for your insight. I've got to go too. Want to head out together? Sure. Thanks for the drink, Sean. And Freya. Bye. Whoop, well, they're gone. What? You made me lose 2 customers in a minute. Hey, that wasn't on me. They were leaving anyway. Are you going to write that in your book? It's a secret. If your book is based on this coffee shop, how can you present a story like theirs in a world with only humans around? I'm not sure. Perhaps a hot drink will give you some inspiration. Sounds like a great idea. Oh, well, I don't get to make her a drink. Oh. The Milky Way, sweet and cool like outer space. Ooh, fancy. Dawn of the second day. Tuesday, September 29th, 2020. I wonder how big this game is though, because it seems to keep going. Let's have a look. WHO vows to stop major hospitals selling Fury sedative illegally. Coachella 2020. 10 reasons why you should go. Sports tournament in space might be only a few decades away. Oh, and it's the little vampire lad. He really never changed. I know. But it was surprisingly nice. Catching up with people from back then. Thank you for forcing me to do it. Don't mention it. Hey, Sean. I'd like to order again. The usual. Back to the experiment? Yes. You know what? Try adding milk to the ingredients you already have. Alright. You know what to do. So, tea, milk, and what was it, ginger? Jesus, they're really working hard out there. That's probably the noise. Galahad, and with a weird Kingdom Hearts style figurine in the middle. Try this. Thank you. Just what I needed. What about you, Mr. Hyde? Would you like to order anything else? I'm good for now. I couldn't help overhearing you both. It sounds like you two go way back. We do, I guess. He was my bodyguard. Oh? Didn't you meet here? Yeah, when this was a bar. What happened exactly? He was getting his ass kicked by a couple of dwarves. Ugh, those 2 bastards. It wasn't a pretty sight, so I intervened. Aren't vampires supposed to be, you know, tough? Just because I'm a vampire doesn't mean I know Kung Fu. Besides, I've had a couple of drinks. I could have taken both of them if I was sober. A couple? Really? You were trash-tired. You told them I was your bodyguard. Wait, were you not his bodyguard? Not at the time, we didn't even know each other. But because of that whole fiasco, we both got kicked out. And then this wasted vampire stuck to me. Like, well, you know, to a blanket. Obviously, he was too drunk to drive. So I hailed a cab. Turns out he was also too drunk to tell the driver where he lived. And I was stuck with him until morning. Thanks for not leaving me on the street, Gala. Those dwarves could have killed me. Dwarves. Those dwarves could have killed me. Who were they? I'm not going to confirm or deny anything, but it's possible they may have had ties to the mafia, and they might have lost some of their money on the stock market. A lot of their money. Yikes. They wanted me to launder their dirty money, so I decided to screw them over instead. Yeah, I overheard what they were talking about before the fight started. I knew Hyde was innocent, and that's why I helped him. He might be an annoying asshole, but he's not a thief. What a stroke of luck, the universe sending me a guardian angel in my time of need. So the next morning I offered him a job as my bodyguard for real. After all the trouble you caused me the night before. Hey, I took you to breakfast. Don't tell me that counted for nothing. I have to say, it wasn't my proudest moment. I was broke, breakfast was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was the late 60s, mind you. It wasn't easy finding a job, especially for people like me. Werewolves? War veterans. Ah, I see. So how did you go from working as a bodyguard to working in the hospital, Gala? Well, when he was working with me, I noticed... Hyde? I preferred if we skipped that part. I'm sorry, but I don't want to go into any details about it. It's alright. Forgive me for asking. I don't mind telling you the quick and dirty version. Long story short, he helped me with something. Let's just say, something from my past. Thanks to that help, I found a new purpose in life. Helping other people live. Of course, it's not easy for a veteran werewolf to become a nurse or doctor. That's why I chose hospital admin instead. So you could say I owe this guy my life. Thanks to his stubborn persistence in helping me when I needed it. Thank you for sharing your story with me. I didn't expect such a tale from you. I know. Anyway, Sean, I'd like to order something now. Again? What would you like? Can you make a tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time? Well, make up your bloody mind. Tea-based drink that's warm and cool at the same time. That's an equal amount of warm and cool. That should be good. It's very bitter though, but... A tea latte. Latte at it. I'm gonna make him about... If I can do it. Just gonna make... Oh shit, reset that. Fuck, I can't make any bloody wings, can I? It's not very... It might be better on the consoles, but on the PC, I'm working on the PC now, it's not that intuitive. I'm trying to make a bat, but... Oh god, it's just... Yeah, it's not as easy as it makes it seem. Ah, man. What else could I make for a bat? I wish it was a bit more like a pixel drawing tool, but it's a little bit counterintuitive as to how you can make the milk move. Well, I'll just make him some generic latte art then. There you go. Oh, look at that. Lovely. There we go. I have no idea what that's supposed to be, but it looks lovely. Here's your order. Oh, exactly what I wanted. By the way, it feels like this place is missing something today. Yeah, I haven't seen her today. Speak of the devil. Hello, good people. and one vampire. Haha, it's good to see you too, Freya. By the way, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about me? I was just surprised that you weren't here. Is that how you pick up girls young enough to be your granddaughter? That won't work on me. Huh. I have no interest in flirting with you. I've got high standards, you know. You look so tired, Freya. Hard day at work? How could you tell? Call it werewolf senses. Right. I showed Sean my drafts, and I actually got some good feedback. That's good to hear. Glad I could help. So I spent the whole day rewriting stuff, and I also did some stories for the paper. Overall, it was a good day. That's good to hear, but please don't forget to take a break. It's easy to get carried away by work when you're on a roll. Will do, sir. And speaking of hospitals, how's your hospital admining life going? That's not even a word, Freya. Actually, I'm not even sure what you even do there. It's pretty boring to talk about, but mostly I handle operational stuff happening in the hospital. Things like how much a specialist costs and how much it affects our income. I also deal with patients and their families. If they require intensive care such as operations, I go through what we do and how much it would cost them. Kind of like biz dev for people's life then. You could say that. Damn, that sounds complicated and hard. That's why I'm suited for my job. Someone who gets very emotionally attached to patients would find this job pretty tough. Whereas heartless people like my friend here only see it from a business perspective. Good point. Why do people rarely talk about your kind of job? I guess most people don't really notice we exist or think about the necessity of it. Exactly, it's an interesting job, yet no one talks about it. Maybe because most admins are just like me. We rarely talk about work outside the hospital. Why? For me, I just don't find any reason to. It's the patients' personal lives anyway. Such professionalism and loyalty. You should keep hold of that mindset, especially in front of this lady here. He needs to be a bit less loyal though. Hide. You've been doing this job for a while, right? Almost 50 years now. Whoa, I didn't know that. Wait, 50 years in the same position? Uh-huh. Holy. As for a promotion, man, they keep offering me new positions, mostly managerial. Take it. Not interested. Why? It's not something I want. Besides, as I've told you before, I fit perfectly in this position. But the salary must be better if you take the promotion, right? Of course. But what I get at the moment is more than enough for me right now. And I still get a raise while doing this job. I really can't figure it out. That's Gala for you. Anyway, my shift's starting soon. It was nice catching up with both of you. Are you going to stay, Hyde? Yeah, I'm still enjoying the vibe here. I'll see you in a few weeks, I guess. Yep. Safe trip? See you around, Sean. And you, Freya. See you. Take care on your way. And he vanishes. Well, two best friends here. You know, it's kinda hard to believe someone like Gala could be your best friend. We were just talking about that before you arrived. Oh really? Man, I missed an interesting story. So how did you guys meet? Seriously, after we tell the story? Yes. Come on, you're not going anywhere, right? Huh, alright then. We met in this place back when it was a bar. Fade to black. Whoa. I never knew Gala used to be in the army. I mean, he's got the build to be on the front line. Still though, why did he make the jump from, how should I say this, a very physical job to medic? Well, he's not comfortable talking about it right now. But you know why, right? Are you trying to squeeze the story from me? Obviously. He doesn't want to talk about it. That's him, not you. Seriously, Freya? Come on. I won't get into details, but going into war, it messes with your head. Oh. You see why Gala doesn't want to talk about it, huh? I don't get it, but it must be difficult, especially back then. The only thing he was confident in was strength. So he only did work that relied on his muscle. That wouldn't help him get over his trauma though, right? Of course not. But it was the only thing he could do. Or at least it's the only thing he thought he could do. But you hired him for his muscle? Hey, I didn't know about all that at the time. Besides, he's good at being a bodyguard. And we weren't that close yet. So no personal feelings. I needed his strength. But then I got to be interested in him. Interested? I think he's a cool person. That's all. And after a few months I noticed his problem. I suggested he talk about it with someone, seek help. Which he refused. No surprises there. But I kinda pushed him to do it. How? It's complicated. Eventually he did get professional help. Of course, I have no idea what happened in his therapy sessions, but in the end he found a new purpose in his life. He quit working for me, and not so long after that he started working at the hospital. And he's been Good evening, everyone. Oh boy. Good evening. It's nice to see you again. We are also glad to see you, barista. By the way, I didn't catch your name the last time you visited. Do you have a name? Name? We sure have. On Earth, please call us Neil. Neil. Yes, Neil. Is that your real name? Oh, of course not. Due to the nature of our communication, we do not really need trivial things like names to interact. But from what we have learned here, it seems like the name Neil has a lot of associations with Earthlings' efforts in intergalactic exploration. I get what you mean. I believe we did not meet the last time we were here. I saw you from afar when you left the coffee shop a few days ago. So hello, my name is Freya. You could say I'm a regular here. And you, sir? Hide. You come here often? For someone who doesn't live in Seattle, yeah. Oh, you're not from around here. Neither are we. Where do you come from? Far away. By far away, you mean a few thousand miles or more? More. Much more. More to the point that your strange calculation system means nothing. That sounds far away indeed. What are you doing here in Seattle? She seems awfully calm about meeting something that is literally from the other side of the universe. And do all your kind dress like this? Oh, this? We chose this appearance based on an image we saw when we first arrived. Image? I can't even pronounce that. Arvyanda album cover. No wonder you look familiar. As for what we are doing, this place is really the perfect spot to practice our communication skills with Earthlings. But before that, please let us order something from the barista. What do you want to drink tonight? The usual. That is how you say it, yes? Yes. So, anything? Yes, we won't be able to taste the difference anyway. Really can't taste anything. Yes. What if I can brew a drink that can make you feel something? Interesting premise. But we doubt you'll be able to do that. Challenge accepted. Please surprise us. That makes you feel something. I know, I kind of like the Russian tea though, that was pretty. Oh, come on then. I'm just gonna give him a Russian tea. Tea, lemon and cinnamon. Because it is the prettiest one there that I have. Serve it. A cup of anything is ready for you. Thank you. What the? Interesting. What are you doing? Drinking. That's how they drink. Oh boy. You are one interesting person. Thank you. That was a compliment, yes? Normally, yes. But you can't be so sure with Freya. That definitely was the highest form of compliment. What are you, Neil? Us? We are travellers, doing our job in the space you call Milky Way. What kind of job? We are tasked with the mission to spread our seeds. You really are here to find a date. All the way from a galaxy far, far away that might be copyrighted. Wow. It turns out pervs exist everywhere in the universe. Ha ha ha. Feeling attacked, old man? Not really. You have a valid point. We do not understand. But we are glad if we can make you laugh. Oh, the pleasure was mine. If I may ask, why do you have to breed with us? We are sorry, but that is classified information. Aw, man. Well, how's the mission going so far? We cannot say it is going well. I'm not surprised. With how quirky and unique you are, not many women can handle that. Could you handle them though? Me? I don't know, what do you think? You're a pretty adventurous girl. I wouldn't be surprised if you decide to go on a date. Or maybe go further if it got you a good story. Ha ha ha. Oh, you're not offended by that? Not in the slightest. You're wrong though. I'd go on a date with them, but I don't like to sleep around. Really? To be honest, I didn't expect that. Yeah, I get that a lot. People often mistake me for someone who gets around a lot. Excuse me, miss. From what we gather, does it mean you're willing to breed with us in exchange for our stories? Wow, no wonder your mission isn't going well. I don't mind going out with you for a drink or dinner in exchange for stories, but I'll only sleep with someone I'm serious about. But our mission is serious. It's not that. You either have to be my boyfriend or husband if you want to sleep with me. We have heard of those terms before. Let us check them once again. This is very strange. According to what we found, many Earthlings mate with one person exclusively for their entire lives. Yes, that's called commitment. Such a strange concept. Then why, with such rules, do you still face overpopulation problems? Now that you mention it, we don't have enough control of ourselves, and those in charge also don't have enough control of us. Not to mention some races live for a very, very long time. So even though there are rules about having kids, and they can be strictly enforced, a lot of people still break them. We know Earthlings boast about the concept of free will, but we thought your kind also loved the concept of restraint and taking care of the planet. At least that was what we gathered from your information network. Theoretically, that should be the case, but Earthlings are stupid. That's the easiest way to put it. We learned so much today, but we have another question for Miss Freya. Ask away. How can we become your husband? Ha 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 ha. First of all, I would suggest going step by step. Most of the time you start by dating, boyfriends or girlfriends, you know? Before you talk about marriage. Oh, okay. So, how can we become your boyfriend? You can start by asking her whether she's actually single. Understood. So, Miss Freya, are you single? Yes, I am. Single. Do you want to be our girlfriend? Now, the path to starting to date varies between people, but usually it takes some time before you want to commit yourself to someone. Wow. The breeding process on Earth is surely extremely complicated. It can be easy if you're a smooth talker. Smooth talker? Someone good at communicating with others. That would be really challenging for us. Sorry about that. A yawn just sneaked out. Even after all that, making kids is still in a totally different league. Most women prefer it if their male partners wear condoms. Condoms? It's something you wear to prevent pregnancy. Why would you do the mating ritual if you do not want to have offspring? Pleasure. All this information is too much to process in one evening. So we talked about using condoms, but how do your kind have sex? Like seeing how you drink. A condom might be something you can't use at all. That's true. How do you do it? We are pretty flexible with that, but we cannot tell you the details. unless we agree to the mating ritual. I don't want to imagine how it's done. Oh, you do not need to worry. We will not hurt anyone physically or mentally. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, especially the mental part. We did our research, and we tried it on the testing subject we made. It was proven the mental capacity of Earthlings is far more complicated than anything else on Earth, sir. Oh, we did not know that. Being born on Earth sounds very difficult. It is. I have to agree with that. Anyway, thank you so much for the information you have given us tonight. It means a lot for our mission. We have to report our findings to the base. How will you proceed with your mission? How will you proceed with your mission with this newfound information? We are not sure yet. It is yet to be discussed after all. It was really nice talking with all of you. You're welcome. We are off now. Bye. Take care on your way, sir. Woof, and he's gone. That was really something. Indeed. You said the first time they came in here was for a date, right? Yes, but their date never came. And then they mistook Miss Myrtle for their date. The game developer orc. Wow, I dread to think how that went. It was pretty awkward. But you can't be angry at such naivety. I guess so. By the way, has that young woman been back since I spoke with her last time? You mean Miss Lua? Yeah, her. Oh, showing some concern now, are you? Just curious. No, I haven't seen her since then. But her boyfriend did come a few days ago. You mean yesterday? And Freya was being pretty nosy, to the point that Mr. Gala joined the discussion. My. You really have a knack for starting trouble. Sadly, I have to agree with that. It's not easy to make Gala join a random conversation, unless it really piques his interest, or it annoys him. I don't know how to react to that. Well, I need to catch a flight to Seoul tomorrow, so I'm off for the day. Oh, you're leaving Seattle so soon? It's only for a week or so. I'll be back here sooner than you know. Oh, well, it'll be a peaceful week then. Huh. Anyway, I need to get going as well. Thank you for letting me stay without ordering anything. I didn't even notice that. You really don't care about business. She didn't order anything, but she did attract people to the coffee shop. That's one way to put it. Anyway, Freya, do you want to share a cab? Thanks, but I'm riding my bike. Alright then, see you around. Take care on your way, folks. And that should be the end of that day. I'm going to take a quick sip of delicious, refreshing water. Because all this talking is just making me so thirsty. And this is the last day that we're going to do in this episode. We still have about 16 minutes left. 16 and a half. September 30th, 2020. It's going to be till the end of the year, isn't it? Protests arise over government treatment of Atlantic immigrants. That's based on an image from a university or something. I remember that. There was like a line of students or protesters or something, and we just had this fat cop that just lazily walked past them while spraying everyone with pepper spray. Dwarven-made cars face challenge against an unexpected competitor. The Mother Earth organization fights to save more forests. It was a slow news day. Welcome. Oh, good evening, sir. Hello. I'm from the Federal Immigration Regulation and Enforcement Division, or FIRE for short. How may I help you? I've heard reports of alien sightings in this area. We take the issue of illegal interstellar immigration seriously. Have you seen any creatures you would consider to be alien in nature? I don't think so. But what should I be looking for? What's the alien look like? Well, not 100% sure, but according to some eyewitnesses, it's wearing a spacesuit or something similar. That's a pretty eye-catching outfit. You'd think an illegal alien would try to blend in better, right? To avoid attention, you know? That is a very good point. In fact, there might be a solid possibility that we have been running around after false testimonies. They are superior creatures after all. Thank you for the help. If you see any suspicious activities, please contact us through our website. Will do, sir. You don't want to drink anything before leaving? We're good. Take care on your way. Phew. You really need to be more careful, Neil. Huh? Oh, it's her again. Good evening, Sean. Yo. Hello, Miss Aqua, Miss Myrtle. Have you both been somewhere together? We planned to meet here. It's just a coincidence that we arrived at the same time. Would you like to order anything? Do you want to order first? Nah, you go first. Okay. Can I have a cup of green tea with a lot of mint? Green tea, fuck ton of mint, coming right up. Marrakesh. Serve that. Your drink's ready. Ooh, this looks really fresh. I call this Marrakesh, inspired by its origin. Marrakesh in Morocco? I heard the people there really love tea. Let's give it a try then. Oh my. It's warm but very refreshing. No wonder Morocco is often associated with tea. How about you, Miss Myrtle? Do you want to order right away? Sure. I'll have the Teterik. iPad, help! Oh shit, iPad, no! iPad is not helping me. Oh no. How would I even be able to... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I don't know what's in that. Well, I'm just gonna read some of that chill to calm me down a bit. Ooh, I got 2 bars in Gala. Yay. Veteran now working in hospital. Ah, so I unlock more stuff as the story. Right. But I wonder though, is the blue bars how far I am along their storyline? Neil. Ooh, a nice little picture of a space. Mermaid from Atlantis, introvert, tea lover. What I'm moving with? I've moved to Seattle to move my dreams. Yeah. Trying to find a place and person where I'll belong. Oh no, are they going to end up being a couple then? Oh, look at them with baby little Rachel. Oh, that's lovely. Rachel. I miss her. We haven't seen her in a couple of episodes. Oh yeah, bro. What did she want again? A Teterik. What's a Teterik? Help me with this. Can I talk to her? Can I look it up? Ugh. There's nothing else I can do, is there? I don't know what's it. The name doesn't even tell me what's in it. Oh man. I don't know what's going to be in there. I can't even remember what she ordered last time. Let's see. I'm gonna do something. Just gonna do something weird and try and find out if it's the right thing. It's like coffee with lemon and cinnamon. Because I don't know what the Teterik is anyway. Lemon cinnamon coffee? Yeah, sure, why not? I don't know what the fuck you want anyway. Here's your order. Huh? Is there anything wrong? More like, is there anything right? Because it's not what I ordered at all. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me fix it for you. No need. Well, you don't know what to make, but make sure it doesn't happen again. Well, tell me what the ingredients are and I'll be able to make it. Will do. So yeah, we're falling in the same pitfalls that we did in the demo, where they give you things to make, but you don't know how to make them. So, how are things going in the office? As usual, tiring. But thanks to you and your team, we've made some good progress with a problem we've been stuck on for a while. I'm glad I could be of help. It's not every day our research can have an impact as direct as this. Only a few weeks after publication, no less. The thing is, even with your help, we still need to do a ridiculous amount of overtime. to make sure the game will be available for the holiday season. Oh, I want to say please don't forget to rest, but I'm sure it won't be that easy for you and the team. Ha! As if those executives care about us. Overtime is not mandatory, they'll say. Please see your family, get some rest. But we all know that optional overtime is a passive-aggressive move. We'll stay longer in the office anyway. Because if you go home earlier than the others, you'll feel bad for them. You'll feel guilty. I understand that so much. I hate to admit it, but yeah, it's guilt. I wish I could help you, or at least say something to boost your morale. Sadly, I'm not the right person to give you advice about that. For guilt is something that also bothers me a lot, even for things I shouldn't feel guilty about. And you know what makes it worse? I know the state of the industry, but it still saddens me to realise that my favourite series was born out of such sacrifice. I'm sorry I ruined the mood for everyone. Don't worry about it, Aqua. I'm not that bad off, you know. At least the company gives us decent compensation, healthcare, bonuses and so on. And we're already used to this. So don't you worry about me, okay? Getting used to unhealthy working conditions shouldn't be a norm. Hey, cheer up. Remember, your research helped us out a lot. Thanks to you, the rest of the development is going to be much easier. How's your game doing, by the way? Actually, I have some good news about it. What is it? The game got approved to be showcased at Max West this year. That's really good news. Congrats. Thank you. So, what's the problem then? I haven't confirmed my attendance to the organizer. Why? Confirm it fast, before they give your spot to another indie. I'm just not sure about it. What's stopping you? Cost? The booth is free for indies. That's good then, and the event's even in Seattle. You don't need to spend anything on travel or accommodation. It's a golden ticket. But I'm not that confident. You passed the selection process, right? That should be enough validation to reassure you of the game's quality, if I'm not mistaken. The judges are usually prolific people in the industry, and also senior journalists. I know, but I've told you about my game, right? It's pretty non-traditional. And thousands of people will be visiting Max, expecting Full Metal Conflict and other bigger games. Every game has its own market, you know, and you'll be in the indie area. People know what to expect there. Gamers aren't stupid. What if some haters visit the booth? What if they don't like my game and say bad things about it? Or about me? That's not gonna happen. It's an expo, not the internet. People are way nicer in real life. Huffed. Even after all that, I'll still be there by myself for the whole event. That one is a problem, yeah. Meeting that many people is already scary enough. Doing it for 4 days straight, showing my baby to the public. I just can't imagine the horror. Well, just gonna check my phone. You know what? Huh? So far my schedule is pretty empty around then. If things stay this way until Max, I'll come with you. No, you don't have to do that. Even if you're free then. You shouldn't waste your time on me. Relax or something. Nah, it's no bother. I'll be going to the event anyway. Might as well come with an exhibitor badge. I read exhibitionist there for a second. What about your company's booth? Don't worry about it. There are hundreds of us. I can just ask my lead to skip this year. But, I'm coming with you. Whether you like it or not. Okay. Good. Now, what are you going to show the game on? I'll have a laptop and a smartphone. Is the expo build ready? Expo build? You're not planning to showcase the full version, right? That's the plan. Don't. I can give you the guidelines on what to have for the expo build. Do you have the game with you now? It's on my phone. I can send you the build now if you want. Do so. Okay. Got it. Now, let's see. Oh, there she is again. Yay. Hello, Miss Rachel. Hi, Sean. What's wrong? Huh? Nothing. I've just been practicing all day and I'm pretty tired. Are you having a concert soon? Don't tell anyone yet, it'll be announced tomorrow. But I'm going to perform at Coachella next week. They're still adding new performers? Yeah, you might say that those announced this late are... backups. Oh. But it's still the biggest festival in the country. Yes. And I'm excited for it. And I think I should celebrate with a special drink, something sweet. What do you want to order? A sweet hot chocolate. I have no fucking idea how to make that. I'm gonna assume... Let's see, what was a hot chocolate again? It was 3 times choco or something. That's a dark chocolate. So... I'm gonna assume it's something like that. Milk honey chocolate, no. Something like that? Oh, it's not warm. Honey chocolate, no. How the fuck do I make it warm? No. The problem is... Oh wait, that makes it warm. But that just makes milk. Ah. Yeah, now I'm a bit fuckered actually, because I don't know how to... That makes it into sweet. Something like that, maybe? Oh god, it's so complicated. Cinnamon honey chocolate? No, that's not what I want. I just want hot chocolate. But just chocolate doesn't make it hot. Oh god. This is really disappointing me now. Sweet. A sweet hot chocolate. I'm just going to do something like that. Because I honestly have no idea what else I can do to... Yeah, I'm just going to serve you that because... Your sweet hot chocolate is ready. Thank you. Oh, is that correct? How is it? Not bad. It's not special, but it's enough. Please don't hesitate to call me if you need anything else. Oh, I wish you would give the proper names to the drinks if you made them. Other than the instructions on the loading screen, try putting a time limit on how long they can play. Why? Wouldn't that break their immersion? Probably, but in case there's a good reaction to it, you might have people lining up to play your game. Don't want to make them wait too long. That makes sense. If you don't want to put a time limit on it, try ending the demo with a cliffhanger. That should get people's attention. Noted. Dad? What are you doing here? After what you did at the studio this evening, I was worried I couldn't find you anywhere around the studio. So I thought you'd be here. And now you're causing another ruckus. We're sorry, Sean. We didn't mean to cause you any problems. You are sorry. I don't have anything to be sorry for. Well, anyway, I better order something. What are you having? What would you recommend? Might I suggest a cup of Spanish Sahara? How do I make it? It's basically a hot chocolate with milk and ginger. Oh, thank God. So it's a hot chocolate with milk and ginger. There we go. At least give me the ingredients and I'll be able to make it properly, or let me search it in the... like unlock it in the iPad. There we go. Like, I would never figure it out if they would just say, oh, well, just make a Spanish Sahara. You would have no idea what the ingredients are. Your drink is ready, sir. Oh my. This is amazing. Glad you liked it. Dad? Yes? Please just go home after you finish your drink. Not until you leave that good-for-nothing pervert. I need him. He's going to help me become more successful. I know Morris. He's not a good person. The industry has changed, Dad. It's not like 20 years ago. Besides, since you left, he's been growing his brand, making his name. Managing a lot of stars so they become superstars. I still have my informants in the industry. He hasn't changed much. And even if he has, it wasn't for the better. You're just being paranoid. First you were afraid of how my fans would treat me. Now you're afraid of the industry too. What's next? You'll lock me in the house because you're afraid of the air I'm breathing. You're just too young to understand. Make me understand, because this is definitely not helping. There are better ways. Did you learn anything from Mom? You were together for almost 15 years, but you learned nothing. Not even how to talk to your own daughter. Rachel, I'm sorry. But I'm trying, okay? Try harder. Because right now, you're not helping anyone. Not me, not you, no one. I know, but give me a chance, you know what? It will take time for me to learn, but I am learning. Or, I could return to the industry. I could try to be your manager. Dad, are you out of your mind? You've been out of touch for so long. I told you I have informants there. I'm not that out of touch. I know what the kids these days are like. Of course, there are many things I need to figure out, but it doesn't work that way, Dad. You know that. Going from a girl band to a solo career won't be easy. If I take things slow, I'll lose all my momentum. If you don't want me to be your manager, can I at least choose someone other than Morris? I don't think so. Mr. Lister's at the height of his career now. He is my best chance right now. Don't be too paranoid, okay? I've made my decision. Now please go home, relax, and don't ever come to the studio again. I'm going back there. I need to practice for the festival. It's only a few days away, and it's a big chance to boost my presence as a solo artist. When are you going to be home? I don't know. I'll be staying at the hotel the label provided, but that's... See you, Dad. Wait, Rachel. Poof, and she's gone. Excuse me for a moment, Sean. Oh, well, just vanish, why not? Yep. And we're back at these two. I'm sorry about what just happened. You don't have to apologise. Yeah, we were busy minding our own business anyway. What, you didn't hear their argument, Myrtle? Of course I heard them. I just chose to ignore most of it. It's none of my business, is it? That's amazing. What's so amazing about that? I don't think I can do that. Dividing and focusing my attention so completely, especially when there's an argument like that. Are you saying you weren't listening to my advice and you were focusing on them instead? Nah. No, I was listening, I made notes. See, you didn't even realise. But you are capable of focusing your attention. Now that you mention it, it happens naturally, I guess. Being born into a big family is useful after all. Yeah, sometimes we don't even realise what we're capable of doing. By the way, you want to head back now? Yeah, it's pretty late. But before we close this episode off, I need to have a look and see if there's any more news stories. Which one was the one that Yeah, we read that one about the thing. Oh jeez, this is huge, isn't it? Fucking hell. But we need to read them. The anxious boy in this love story is on public transportation. The day was hot, sunny and humid. Like most days in Jakarta, I was standing outside, or inside, indeed, a crowded bus, neither well-functioning air conditioning nor proper ventilation, trying to keep myself productive in the uncomfortable environment by reading my recently bought copy of I tried to read his name correctly there for a second. Maruki Harukami's The Elephant Vanishes while listening to a random playlist on my old iPod. Despite the hellish conditions, you could say I was luckier than most because I was standing near the rear door of the bus, leaning my back on the side of a seat, safe enough not to fall out of the bus, breezy enough to breathe freely. As mentioned, I was on a public bus in Jakarta, so naturally I needed to be wary with my surroundings, mostly keeping my belongings secure from pickpockets and other human pests. I glanced around the bus several times in between the pages, and that was when I saw her. It's hard to describe her. She has no specific characteristics to differentiate her from other women. She was like the perfect example of the girl you walk past unseeing on the sidewalk every day. A girl you might glance at for a second, and a few steps later it would be hard to even remember what her hair colour. Never mind her Never mind what her eyes, her nose, her mouth looked like. She was standing near the front door of the bus, not leaning on anything or anyone, not touching the bacteria-infested hand grips on the ceiling of the bus. Although, to be fair, it might have been hard for her to reach that grip anyway. But still, she stood there with the perfect balance of a tree rooted in healthy soil. She stood as if someone had silently put the Venus de Milo on the bus, and she somehow fit perfectly, without anyone noticing it happening. She was wearing a pair of earphones, wired just like the headphones were supposed to be, and a slight smile on her face. Sometimes she closed her eyes for a few moments, enjoying the music only she could hear. Her eyes rarely stayed in one place. They kept wandering around the bus, not too fast like someone anxious, not too slow like someone looking at something specific. Maybe she's the one, I thought. This isn't the first time a thought like this has crossed my mind. As a hopeless romantic, seeing any woman who piques my interest will immediately trigger a story in my imagination. A story of how I'll approach them, get to know them, with the proviso that they're just as I imagined them to be. Start dating, get married, have kids, grow old in our home, and so on and so on. Random cuties, that's what I call them. Unicorns among horses. The term doesn't apply to any cute girls I see, of course. It has to be someone special, or at least someone I imagine to be special. The thing is, automatically imagining those stories whenever I happen across a random cutie isn't healthy. It puts a toll on my mind and, of course, my heart. It creates a lot of unhealthy expectations before any opportunities even arise. Oh shit! She looks at me. We made eye contact for a brief flash of seconds. I immediately returned to my book. Did she notice me staring at her? Did she see what I was thinking? My mind won't stop spinning, overthinking while my pulse beats double time in my ears. I continue staring at... Oh geez, someone happens to be drilling just now for some reason. I continue staring at my book with what happened. I obviously can't read it properly. My eyes were looking at the words, but nothing was being processed other than thoughts of her. I glanced back at her and she was staring at me. Eye contact more than once. It has to mean something. Should I approach her and introduce myself? Yes, I should. But what if things go wrong? What's the worst thing that could happen if we introduce ourselves? First, it's a crowded bus and moving from the rear door to the front will definitely annoy some people. Second, what if after we approach her she becomes annoyed and... Oh, come on, you're overthinking as usual. Nothing bad will happen, even if she does get annoyed. Don't dismiss me, nothing bad will happen. Well, she might scream and say I'm a pervert, and then the whole bus will beat me to death. Oh, and the worst option, what if we introduce ourselves and then turns out she's not like we imagined her to be? All that time and energy will be wasted exchanged for years of agony. Oh, everything will be fine, don't worry so much. No matter what happens second, we still have to try something first. Jeez, he's really drilling there. No, there's too much at risk. The debate is still raging inside my head. And that's when it happens. We make eye contact again, but this time it lasts longer than a few seconds. And then she smiled at me. Just a small curve on those perfectly average, beautiful lips. I quickly returned to my book. See, you have to do something. But remember the girl with the violin we saw on the train to, Yogyakarta a few years ago? Of course I remember. Exactly, she was just a random person that sat across you on the train. We don't even remember what month it was, and yet we still remember the maroon coat she was wearing. The violin case she put in the overhead compartment. Her reddish hair in that pixie cut. Stop it, that was different. And we might have saved ourselves a lot of embarrassment by not talking to her. The thoughts, the noise, the internal dialogue, it won't stop. I was sweating, but not because of the heat. A cold sweat, this had to stop. Stop, I screamed internally. Everything stopped, and just in time, my old iPod randomly shuffled to explosions in spaces. The only moment we were alone, I cranked up the volume and put my book in my bag, and then just breathed. Yes, I might lose the chance to meet the one by doing this, but at least as long as I don't know her, she's perfect. As long as I know she might be listening to explosions into space. As far as I know, she might be a big fan of Harukami and Final Dreams 9. As far as I know, she might be single. As far as I know, she might be the perfect 100% match for me that I believe can't exist if my knowledge of her goes any farther than what I know right now. Besides, as the old saying goes, it's meant to be, it will be. The bus stopped in front of the plaza. Senayan, my destination. It was time for me to go. I decided not to look in her direction as I left, knowing that if I looked at her, it would be the last time I ever saw her. That's too hard for a hopeless romantic like me. I left the bus and enjoyed the warm sun and the breeze of fresh air, finally out of that metal Schrodinger's box. That's when it happened. I turned my head to the right and there she was, standing alone, enjoying the breeze now that she's free of the roasting metal box we humans named Bus. She turned her head to the left, showing a glimmer of surprise at seeing me standing there. After that she smiled, so it's meant to be, it will be? And we'll go to the next one. Oh, thankfully this one isn't that long. God fucking damn, I'm so annoyed that my neighbour is rebuilding his house for some reason, and for some reason he decided just now to take out his drill and drill a bunch of holes in this wall. So maybe I'm lucky and he falls off his ladder, who knows. A stray boy and a lonely cat. Midnight, the boy arrived at his home. The sound of the ticking engine filled the dark empty garage, followed by the noise of the rusty metal door. Closed forcefully, but carefully there. He left the garage and there she is, waiting for him, coming back home. She always waits in the same spot around the same time. The boy smiled when he saw her. Meow. The cat called the boy, demanding the treatment she always received from him every night, in the same spot around the same time. You've been waiting for me, don't you? Wait, you've been waiting for me? That's a little bit of a typo, I should have been having you. Here, here, said the boy to the cat while stroking her fur. The cat purred loudly and somehow can't stand still. She ran around the boy, stand on 2 feet, making noises and many other things while enjoying their daily routine. Until suddenly the boy decided that their interaction is enough for today. He stopped the stroke, left her and closed the door. The cat understood that their time for the day was up. They returned to their own life. The boy did not give the cat something to eat and the cat did not sleep next to him to help him relax, for she was not his and he was not hers. Wow, that's a lot of typos in the short amount of text. Oh no! Oh jeez, come on. Oh, Freya, why do you write such massive blocks of text? Oh, delicious water. It was a Saturday night. As usual, I picked her up from her apartment for another Saturday night date. I used the word another, but to be honest, this was the first actual Saturday night date we'd done since I don't even know when. It wasn't every week. A cool event related to our hobby happened, so we, or I suppose I should say, weren't going to miss this chance for a cozy evening in her apartment. We'd only been dating 4 months, and I kid you not, we couldn't have been more different. I'm the type of person who feels restless if I don't go out on the weekends, while she'd prefer to lock her apartment from the inside, flush the key down the toilet and never leave again. That's why me going out to her apartment on the weekend was the fairest option for both of us. I mean, we can just order food online and chill without having to worry about the traffic. Ain't that cool? That's what she said whenever I asked her... What? That's what she said whenever I asked if she wanted to eat out. Somewhere. That happened a lot in our first month together. After that, I just tried to get used to it. We drove to the event. It wasn't that far, but traffic's always ridiculous on the weekend. Through the drive, we barely spoke, total silence except for the music playing from my playlist. If she knew the song, she would sing along to the song. If not, then total silence it was. When we arrived at the event, she changed. She became the most outgoing, friendly and talkative person around. Even I was nothing compared to her, and I usually consider myself a very talkative person. We said hi to everyone we knew and some we didn't. Then we tried all the games being showcased there. We sat next to each other, trying one game after another, commenting on the story, art, music, gameplay, atmosphere, any other aspects you might use to judge a game. But when we played, we just played. No talking during the playthrough, total silence as if she was recharging spent energy from all the interacting she'd done before. Back in her apartment, we didn't talk much. She made 2 cups of green tea latte for both of us, and then we watched Netflix together with only a few words traded. Don't you feel bored dating me? She asked. Really? This again? I know, I'm sorry I bring this up again, but you were so silent today, I thought you were mad at me. Honey, I'm not mad at you, why would I be? I don't know, it's just that I'm super introverted and you're super extroverted, and there are times when I feel like I'm holding you back from your true self. You're just overthinking things, honey. Tonight was amazing, and I can't thank you enough for being willing to join me and sacrifice your stay-at-home relaxation time. We both know how much you love staying in and how rarely you get the chance to do it. Why do you like me? You've asked this question a dozen times in the last 4 months. You know, I nudged her and smiled. I just want to make sure, she said, and started crying. Hey, don't be sad, it's okay. And to answer your question, I don't know why I like you. That answer again. Because it's true. All I know is I feel comfortable around you and I feel happy, calm, and I don't know. Do I need to know? That sounds dangerous, liking someone without knowing the reason. Oh, believe me, dear, I was confused for the longest time before realizing it's actually the best feeling I've ever had. How about you? Why do you like me? Who said I like you? I was speechless for a moment. She grinned at me and giggled through the remains of her tears. You should have seen your face. Oh my god, don't mess around with me like that. You almost gave me a heart attack. Good, that means you weren't lying about your feelings, she smiled. You haven't answered my question. It's a secret. It's not fair. Oh, that's not fair. I told you mine. I hate to break it to you, but don't know is not a proper answer, my dear. But it's an honest one, I know. We stayed silent again. So that was my introvert girlfriend and me. My answer to her was obviously a lie. Not knowing why you like someone is super scary, but I never imagined being able to feel like that for anyone other than her. At least that's how I wish things could be. I thought as I drove back home, alone in my car in total silence. Well, that's all the news segments for that. Yeah, it's pretty late. You're Sean believing. Hope you had a good time. Thank you for the drinks as usual. Please take care on your way home, and they go. And I think that might be the end of this day. Yeah, probably. Unless Freya drops in. I guess that's all for today. Oh, you again. Oh, you're back, Mr. Hendry. Are you alright, sir? Sir? Oh, yes. Oh, you brought your cup back. Thanks for that. Please don't worry about me. Did you manage to catch up with Miss Rachel? No, I lost her. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm sure she's alright. I hope you're right. By the way, pardon me for asking. Yes? Throughout your arguments with Miss Rachel, something kept bugging me. What's that? Why did you leave the music industry? Huh! Now that's a trip down memory lane. You don't have to tell me if it makes you uncomfortable. Oh no, it's fine. I left around 20 years ago, just as we were welcoming the beginning of the new millennium. It was a great time for girl bands, you know. They were huge in the 90s, and we were still enjoying the leftover sensation of the past decade. I met my wife while working. She worked for a record label. That's how we met. I decided to get married and settle down. I wanted a peaceful life. You didn't find peace managing girl bands? Oh gosh, no. The politics, the dark side of the industry, none of it is good. But what hit me the hardest was the fans. Toxic fans are the worst. The teenage girls especially. They were crazy about their idols. To the point where they started doing really unimaginable stuff. Like what? Spending all their money trying to copy the superstar lifestyle, abandoning their responsibilities, their families. And the men, they were even worse. They sexualized the girls in every way you could possibly imagine. Edited photos, stalking, outright sexual assault. It was before the internet, mind you. I mean, the internet existed. But it wasn't as mainstream as it is now. I wasn't even the target of the abuse. But it haunted me, it was everywhere. Don't talk to me about peace, I couldn't sleep back then. Not getting enough sleep is dangerous for cats. What do you do for a living now? After we got married, my wife and I opened a record store. It's not big, but we have a very specific audience. We're niched, but they'd love us for it. It's more than enough for our little family. You said you're still in touch with your friends in the music industry. They visit my place from time to time, and we all meet up at least once a year. Usually it's at my place. Gosh, look at the time. I should go home too. Are you going to be alright by yourself? Don't worry about me. I'm an old cat. We're stronger than most people think. See you later, Sean. I'm sorry for bringing our fight to your place. Don't worry about it. Alright then. Goodbye. Foof, and he takes the cup with him. So that should be the end of the day? Yeah, I thought so. Christ. Bedchamber. A cup for those longing for a deep slumber. Oh, it has little scents on it. Look at that. Yep, and we're about, we're 21 minutes over time, so I'm just going to start this new day and then save. And let's see. Oh, look, that's an old meme. Coachella organisers remind parents not to allow their children to unattend unsupervised. Rachel Florencia confirmed to perform at Coachella 2020. Gil Neyman and Maruki Harukami to collaborate for a new IP. Oh, well, that would be the day. And let's see who we're going to talk with on this new day. Sorry, we're not open yet. Oh, Neil, you've come very early today, but we'll leave Neil for the next episode. Because we're going to save here, and we're going to stop the episode here now. So I want to thank you guys for watching so far, and I'll see you in the next episode, so goodbye for now.